Thank you for tuning in to the Keeping It Real with KC podcast, a no judgment zone podcast that covers lifestyle, entertainment, news, and sports. Even though KC doesn't watch sports, but these are minor details. By the way, he reads tarot cards too. Yes, I really mean it. He reads tarot cards too. And now, the host you've tuned in for, KC Phoenix.
Cancer, you are up for the 2022 Tarot Energy Reading. We have a lot to talk about. I've been meditating. This is like the deepest I've meditated on some energy in a minute. And I had done the pre-shuffle and went through the cards and whatnot. And there's a lot going on for 2022. That's what I can tell you. There's a lot going on. And I haven't pulled the main cards yet to see what energy comes out. But through the pre-shuffle and working with the other cards in decks, I titled this, "The Universe is Betting on You," because that's the message that I received. The universe, you know how when you go into a casino and there's something that you know is a sure thing, and you're going, and you're just like, okay, I'm going to go all in because I know this is going to win. Sort of like poker. If you know you have a winning hand, you go all in. But also there's an old saying, and I don't remember it exactly. So hopefully the universe can back me up a little bit so I get the majority of it. But it's something to the effect of, a businessman doesn't have to be a gambler to go all. A businessman doesn't have to be a gambler if he has the winning hand to go all in. So in what that is saying is, for someone in business, if they know they have a winning hand, they're not really gambling because they know, I have the winning hand. I have, with poker, I'm not that familiar. I'm trying to think. I think a royal flush is the highest you can have in a winning hand of poker. I don't play poker like that. Haven't played poker in a decade. But I'll just say royal flush, whatever the highest hand in poker is. If someone knows they have a royal flush, then they're not really gambling when they go all in. They're just like, okay, because it's like, dude, I've already they know the person. Now the people they're playing against, or the person they're playing against, doesn't know, but they know because they can see their hand. And that person is saying, I have the highest ranking hand. This is the winning hand. I don't have to gamble to go all in. This is a given. I'm going all in on this. That is what the universe is doing with you. The universe is going all in with you in 2022. The universe knows that it has given you the tools, and any tools that you don't have, it knows that you will have them throughout 2022. The universe knows. It's going to give you the winning hand. It's going to give you everything you need. And the universe is betting on you. Because for the universe, it's not really gambling, because the universe knows you're going to have the winning hand. That's why it's betting, going all in on you. The universe is betting on you because it knows you will have the winning hand. That's the message that's coming up. And that was coming up as I was doing the pre-shuffle. Now, before I go any further, I have to say what I always say. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. Please feel free to listen to this podcast on whatever platform is most convenient for you. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Now, when I'm doing this reading, the microphone is to my left, so as I'm talking out loud, I won't be speaking directly into the microphone. But for the 2022 reading, what I'm doing, I will pull 12 cards from my regular tarot deck. And there's a story behind that too, and I'll just give you the cliff notes of it. I did the Scorpio reading, and I had already picked the cards out, like the decks out that I wanted to use for the Scorpio reading, because I go by what energy I'm drawn to. I've already done 6 readings, because I've done Capricorn to Gemini so far. And the decks that I was using was my Angel Wisdom deck and my Essential Tarot deck. And I was using... what else? I was using one of my... I forgot what Oracle deck I was using that quick. But I was using one of my Oracle decks. And a strange thing happened. I randomly went to my bookshelf and started pulling decks to do a reading. And I don't know what was going on. It's as if I was possessed. And before I knew it, I had another tarot deck, my Clarification Tarot deck, and a different Oracle deck. And I was like, wait a second. And I walk into the kitchen and I see the Scorpio decks and everything, all of those decks and stuff were already picked out. And I'm like, what on earth why did I do this? And something said to me, you need to switch out your decks. Change your decks that you're using now for the 2022 reading, which is for you, Cancer. And the crazy thing is that some of the energy that came out with the new main deck that I'm using, which is the Vox deck, if I'm not mistaken. One of the cards, the Four of Wands, which is about stability, it's also about celebration, it's also about recognition, about leveling up. That's some of the energy that was coming out. Emperor energy was coming out. Justice energy was coming out. King of Wands. All types of energies that were saying the universe is going all in. The universe is betting on you. I didn't plan to use these decks that I'm using. But yes, I'm using my main deck, a Clarification deck, the Kipper deck, the Oracle deck, which is Fortune Reading Oracle deck, and then the Divine Doors. I'll do 12 of the main, 4 of the Kipper, 1 Oracle, and also, if I need the Clarification deck, I'll use those, and 2 Divine Doors. As for the Oracle deck, that was the other thing too. When I switched out the Oracle deck, something told me to look at the bottom of the deck. And at the bottom of the deck, the card is the Phoenix. It says, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Some of you may have been going through some things, or you're going through things right now. Or you may find yourself going through things in the future as you go into 2022. But the message is, you're going to be renewed. As long as you maintain your faith and your hope, renewal is coming. It's coming to you. As long as you're willing to stay strong in the midst of the storm, whatever it may be, healing is coming. You just have to keep the faith. And you know healing is coming because the universe is betting on you. The universe doesn't have to gamble. It already knows what the hands are. And the universe knows that you have the winning hand. That's why the universe is betting on you. So let's go ahead and get to this and start pulling some energies for 2022. May I have the energy for Cancer for 2022? May I have the energy for Cancer for 2022? And as I always say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it is not your story, don't try to make it fit. May I have the energy for Cancer for 2022? May I have some cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Wow. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Wow. May I have some more cards, please? Thank you. Wow. And that's how it ended. Woo! Okay, Cancer. We got a lot going on. A lot going on. The card at the beginning, I took it as sideways. The card at the end, I took it as sideways. Just to let you know, both cards are great cards first card that came out was the Ace of Pentacles. So this is Earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. The card at the end, the 12th card, Ten of Pentacles. Again, Earth energy. Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. There is the potential for a lot of stability in 2022. You have to master your emotions. That's the energy that I'm picking up. And that's one thing, I think either for 2022, I think that was Pisces message. That was the title of Pisces reading, Mastering Your Emotions. Cancer, that's going to apply to you too. But for different reasons. This is different reasons. Because with Ace of Pentacles, it's about a new start, a new beginning. Aces are new. So there's going to be a new start or opportunity to have a new start in stability. It's sideways. It came out sideways, almost reversed. You will have to learn to believe in yourself. That is one thing. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in you, how can you expect somebody else to believe in you? The other thing with this King of Cups reversed is anytime a royal card comes out in the reverse, whether it's king or queen, I consider this petty energy. For those of you who are going into 2022 with this new start, this new stability, where in the past you may have needed people for stuff, but now, not so much. You don't want to find yourself in that energy of, I remember how you treated me, so let me rub my newfound stability and wealth in your face. That's petty energy. That's King of Cups reversed energy. You don't want to be in that energy. One of the things that I've learned over the years, and there have been many, is that sometimes some things just aren't worth acknowledging. And what I mean by that is that ignoring a situation or an individual that isn't worth your time and energy might be the best thing to do. Because sometimes people want to get a rise out of you, is what they want to do. There may be someone in your past, could be an air sign, because Knight of Swords came out after the King of Cups reversed, where Knight of Swords likes to rush in. Someone from your past might see this newfound stability. Also, Knight of Swords can be about research too, where they did some research. And it doesn't have to be an air sign. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius, a Libra, or a Gemini. It could be just somebody in Knight of Swords energy. And they find out about all of this newfound stability, how well you're doing, and they want to rush in. And the card that follows is the Two of Swords, which Two of Swords can be indecision. It can be paralysis. It can also mean blocking too. I feel that this can be blocking, like in 2022, especially with this Five of Swords following the Two of Swords. I feel your block game is going to be strong in 2022. And what you don't want to do, because 2 plus 5 is 7, 7 of Swords, you don't want to be, you don't want to get into any mischief. You don't want to rub it into, I'll give you an example, because swords deal with communication. Let's say that you know someone that's friends with someone you don't deal with anymore. Could have been someone that you dated, could have been a family member, could have been a coworker, could have been whatever. And you're in your newfound stability. And this person from the past treated you poorly. Either they took advantage of you, or they didn't respect you, or they cheated on you, or they did this or they did that. But you know someone who knows this person, but you don't deal with this person. Seven of Swords energy, because don't forget, 2 plus 5 is 7. So Seven of Swords energy. You being in that King of Cups reversed energy along with the Seven of Swords energy will tell the person, oh yeah, by the way, I'm about to go buy a new car, because you know that person will tell the person you used to deal with. Just so you can rub it in that person's face without telling that person directly. That's Seven of Swords energy. And that's King of Cups reversed energy. And you're delivering the message, because again, Swords is about thoughts and communication. You're delivering the message through another party to get it to the person that you don't care for and you don't like, just so you can rub it in their face that you're doing well. That's that King of Cups reverse Seven of Swords energy. Doing that. Rubbing things in people's faces. You don't have to do that, Cancer. Do your best. Do your best. And I know it will be tempting, especially for people who may have slept on you. People may have slept on you in 2021. They may have slept on you in 2020 and 2019 and 2018 and so on and so forth. And when you walk into 2022, stepping in 2022 like Naomi Campbell on the runway, and you're really feeling yourself, you start thinking back to all the people who slept on you, and you're like, I feel like I should let such and such know. Or whatever. Don't be in that energy. Because it's not worth your time. They're not worth your time. Because as 2022 is going on, the universe is setting you up for more. The start of 2022 is the appetizer with some stability. As you get into 2022, going towards the summer, towards your birthday, so around June or July, that's when the main course is coming in. That's when wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups, is coming in. Right after 9 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles is coming in. You don't want to be in this low frequency energy worrying about past people who you don't even rock with anymore. You don't worry about them anymore. So why even get in that energy? Like I said, I honestly feel your block game is going to be strong in 2022. Some of you will master your emotions and you just won't even entertain the conversation, or you'll be polite, but you won't engage a lot. It's almost like if someone asks you how you're doing, you'll say good. Or something to the effect of, I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing well too. Take care. All in one sentence. I'm doing fine. I hope you're doing well too. Take care. You're being graceful about it. And you may be in that energy. Also, some people, because going back to this Knight of Swords, and I almost said 9, which there are no mistakes in tarot. So yeah, some people are going to be having some sleepless nights when they find out about your stability in 2022. They're going to have some sleepless nights, is what they're going to have when they find out about their stability. Because for some people are going to research you. Because for some of you Cancers, you're going to keep quiet about this. I honestly feel like for some of you, there's going to be a cash infusion, and it's going to help you out so much and balance things out so much and temper things out so much that it's going to elevate you to another level, and you're not going to tell a soul. You're going to keep it to yourself. The High Priestess isn't here, but I'm picking up that energy, is what I'm picking up. Something just said to me too, going back to the King of Cups reversed energy, be careful how you respond to the inquiries of what you're doing. In two ways. The way I mentioned before, where you're kind of flaunting what you have, and then the other way where you're biting someone's head off just for inquiring. You have to be royal about what interaction, when it comes to the interactions you have. You have to be royal about it. You can't just bite someone's head off due to what they did to you in the past or due to them being nosy. Because with royal people, they usually sidestep the question with grace. It's almost like a dance, as if someone's doing a waltz. Where it's like, oh, I see your new car. I see you got a new car. I was like, and you can be like, yeah, I got a new car. And leave it at that. It's like, as in treat it like it's no big deal. You don't have to be like, oh yeah, I got a new car. It's this year and da-da-da. Yeah, I got a new car. And then, again, sidestepping, you're wrapping up the conversation. You have something to do all of a sudden. You're dealing with it in a royal way. You're not like, why do you care if I got a new car? Why are you bringing it up? We haven't spoken, I don't know how long. You don't want to be in that energy. You can acknowledge and then gracefully sidestep and move past it. For others of you, like I said before, your block game is going to be strong. And people are going to be upset because Five of Swords by itself is conflict at a cost, where some people that you may have once talked to, you don't really talk to them that much anymore, and they're upset about it. But you don't care because you're focused on your stability and on your abundance. And also, Five of Swords to me is a gossip card, because don't forget, swords is thoughts and communication. So people will be gossiping about you and about your stability. I always say, as I heard from someone else, people usually talk about you when they can't talk to you. So for those who find out about your newfound stability through the grapevine or whatever, or just being nosy, they're going to gossip about you. Some might start making up stories about how you acquired your stability. You might start hearing things saying that, oh yeah, I heard they were dating such and such. They must have got the money from so-and-so, when that's not even the case. You made the money from your job, or either you started a side business on Amazon or something like that and made money that way. Who knows? But people start developing these stories because they don't know how you came into the stability. So they just assume things, and when they can't assume, they just make things up. But again, for the most part, you're not going to pay it any attention. You're going into your birthday season, 9 of Cups, which is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, with wish fulfillment. The Knight of Pentacles is following right after this Nine of Cups. Knight of Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight on the deck. Remember, at the beginning of 2022, the stability is coming in, but that's just the appetizer. There's something else coming in for you with this Knight of Pentacles that will help you level up more. The Four of Wands came out after the Knight of Pentacles. Again, leveling up. Some of you may be moving to a new home after your birthday. Either during your birthday season or right after your birthday season. Some of you may be during the summertime, is what I'm picking up. Some of you may be moving to a new home during the summertime. So I say June, July, or August. June, July, August. I can see some of you moving to a new home, a new location. More than likely your dream home. Like your ideal place. And not necessarily dream as in a great big mansion or something like that. But dream in the sense of your ideal location of where you would like to stay. You will have the resources by the time your birthday season rolls around that you can move to your ideal location. With Four of Wands energy. Also, something is saying to me that some of you might have an Aries in your life. There could be some type of commitment going on. I'm curious about that. I'm going to use my clarification deck. I want to clarify. Can we get clarification on the Four of Wands, please? Can we get clarification on the Four of Wands? Thank you. Hermit, yeah, this is something, if you get into a relationship with someone, Hermit is Virgo energy, so it might be a Virgo. Whatever relationship you get into, you're going to keep it a secret. Any type of leveling up, in addition to what you already receive in 2022, any type of leveling up around your birthday season, around the summertime, you're going to keep it a secret. You're not going to tell anyone is what's going to happen. You're going to do some self-reflecting. And you're focusing strongly on your stability. Also, you'll be strongly focused. I feel like you're going to be focused on your health too, as well. Like you want to be really healthy. Health is going to be, it's probably high up already because there's a lot of that going on. But it's also going to be high when your birthday season rolls around. The next card that came out after the Four of Wands, and also Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The next card that came out after the Four of Wands is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, again, air energy. You're moving away from something. So this is more moving. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Six of Swords. Both of these are travel cards. I honestly feel a lot of you will be moving physically to your ideal place when the summertime gets here in 2022. And that's going to be a level up. There's going to be a celebration is what will happen. Whether you're celebrating by yourself or whether you're celebrating with a close group of family or friends. Again, I don't see you telling a lot of people about this. Some of you, I just see you packing up your stuff and moving, and somebody comes by your old place one day. They're knocking on the door, ringing the doorbells, and then they're calling you, texting you, saying, "Hey, I'm out here," and they're like, and you're like, "Okay, out where?" "I'm at your place." "How can you be at my place? Nobody knows where I live at." Where you're in that energy. You're at my old place. "Oh, well, what about your new place?" "Oh, well, Right now, I'm still setting everything up. I'll catch up with you when things slow down. Gracefully sidestep. So there's a lot of stability and abundance here that is happening for you because this is your wish fulfillment. Now, the card after the Six of Swords is the Five of Wands. This is conflict. For some of you might be leaving relationships. And there's going to be some conflict in that process. And by relationships, I mean like a marriage or something. You were living with someone and finally you were able to move out. Others of you, maybe you were living with a roommate or with family and you were finally able to move out. That was your ideal. That was your wish. Your wish is to live by yourself and not live with family or not live with roommates or not be in a relationship, romance that you're not happy, to move away from all of that. And with that Six of Swords and Knight of Pentacles and Nine of Cups and Four of Wands, that wish is coming true. After that wish comes true, it's going to create some conflict. You already have conflict going on at the beginning of the year due to the stability that's already coming in, where you've had to let people go. And now, as you are ascending to the next level, once summertime arrives, it's going to create more conflict. Is what it's going to do. But you know what? Your block game is strong. Four of Wands was earlier. Five of Wands is right here. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior, but also 9 of Wands is putting up a wall. Again, I honestly feel in 2022, you are about to be fiercely protective of your stability. In 2022, you refuse to let people take you for granted. You refuse to be in a relationship, and this is something for the collective, which you can listen to my collective reading if you haven't already. But one thing about 2022 is going to be about balance. It's going to be about equal give and take. And if people are in your orbit where they're not doing equal give and take, you don't want any parts of them, especially in 2022. If you notice that you're the one who's giving all the time and they're the one who's taking all the time, you're going to gracefully, as long as you're not in that King of Cups reversed energy, you're going to gracefully bow out and sidestep and just not deal with the situation. You're going to remove yourself from other people's energy. Again, hermit mode, where people are wondering what happened to Cancer. Especially with the hermit clarifying this Four of Wands. You may be in a new relationship, and something just said to me, some of you may be getting married, and you're not telling anyone. It's not going to be on Facebook. It's not going to be on Instagram. It's not going to be on Twitter. It's not going to be anywhere. You're going to be married to someone, for some of you, and you're not going to tell anyone. It's just going to be you, that person, and I guess whatever legally required witness or witnesses. I think in some states you have to have 1 or 2 witnesses for a wedding. It's just going to be you and then whatever legally required witnesses you have to have at the wedding. But you're not even going to do a big wedding thing, like a whole ceremony and stuff. It's more of, okay, let's do the paperwork. All right, we're married. That's it. And then people may find out about it months or a year later. Where, oh, I didn't know you're married. It's like, yeah, I'm married. Well, you didn't tell me. I didn't tell anyone. I honestly see some of you are getting married in secret. especially with that Hermit card clarifying the Four of Wands. But going back to the Five of Wands plus the Four of Wands, which equals the Nine of Wands, a lot of you are just putting up a wall. Again, Two of Swords at the beginning. You're putting up walls and your block game is strong. That's the secondary message. The universe is betting on you. And Spirit just said something to me, so I got to go ahead and say it. The reason the universe is betting on you now is because you have the fortitude to keep people who constantly take and take and take out of your energy now, going into 2022. The universe is like, okay, you can get the blessing now. I couldn't bless you like I really wanted to bless you before. Yeah, I looked out for you. I made sure you had, because you're still here. But I really, really wanted to bless you, but you didn't quite get it just yet with learning how to set boundaries with people. You didn't quite get it just yet with learning how to allow people to do things on their own versus you rushing in to try and save everybody. Now you get it. And that's what the universe sees. The universe sees this winning hand that you have. This winning hand is nothing but boundaries. That's all it is. That you're learning how to set boundaries to maintain your stability and abundance. And the message to you also is it's okay to let your guard down from time to time. You don't want to hold on so tight or tightly that nothing can go out and nothing can go in. And I don't feel you doing that. I do feel that you will give back, but it will be on your terms. It won't be a thing of where people run to Cancer and say, Cancer, I need this. Cancer, can you help me? Cancer, 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 Cancer. I don't know what to do. Cancer. No. Because again, your block game and your boundaries are going to be so strong in 2022. People will know. I honestly, even though the Queen of Swords has not come out, there's going to be some Queen of Swords energy floating around in 2022. And people will start to get the message as the year goes on that if they approach you, they better approach you with respect, for one, and they need to approach you in a way that they're not constantly taking from your energy without returning something to your energy. With the King of Cups reversed, again, don't get in that energy of holding on too tightly. Don't get in that energy of being petty. Don't get in that energy of being arrogant because of the stability. Because some of you will be doing incredibly well in 2022, as in six-figure income, even millionaire status for some. I don't know why. I'm just going to say this because it came to me. I always say what comes to me. And I'm not judging you. I'm not, because this is a no judgment zone. Something just said to me, be careful the things you buy as well. If the universe blesses you with a lot of money, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. We all have free will. You're grown. You can do what you want to do. When the universe blesses you, think about the things that you purchase. Because I'm seeing a lot of gold. And gold might be a good, and I'm not a financial advisor or a financial planner. I'm just the person reading the energy and the tarot cards. But if you're doing it from an investment point of view, okay, fine, whatever. Which I honestly still don't get that, but okay. But if you're buying gold just to buy gold, like, oh, I'm going to get me this gold chain. I'm going to get me that gold chain. I'm going to get me this gold watch. I'm going to get me that gold watch. No. It's not recommended. And if you get it, don't feel like you, and something just said to me, especially if you feel like you have to buy gold jewelry, definitely be careful who you show it to, because with this Five of Swords energy, people talking, and then Five of Swords plus the Two of Swords is the Seven of Swords, which it can also be stealing, thief in the night, people talking. Oh, you know that Cancer just bought $10,000 worth of jewelry. You know Cancer just bought a $25,000 chain. And then they're talking, don't forget, Swords is communication and thoughts. They're talking and strategizing, because that's what Seven of Swords is, strategy. Strategizing on how to take your jewelry. All because you were in this King of Cups reverse energy, because you wanted to put everything on the gram and on Twitter and on Facebook and everywhere else to flaunt what the divine has blessed you with. So be careful with that. Two, that's you know, the cards are the cards, the messages are the messages. That's one of the messages that I got. But with that, your wish fulfillment is coming in. Also, right after the Six of Swords is the Justice. This is going back to, for some of you who might be in marriages and you may want to get a divorce. There will more than likely be some type of alimony or settlement in your favor. Again, I'm not a licensed legal professional or anything like that. I'm just telling you the card and the energy. In addition to that, some of you may have some other type of settlement that isn't related to divorce, where something comes in. In addition to that, it could also be some type of contract too, because justice can be about contracts as well, where you have to sign a contract. Some of you, something just said to me, some of you actually may be marrying in the money too, because justice, contract, marriage. Some of you may be marrying in the money, because the final card is the Ten of Pentacles, is what it is. But something just said to me, for those of you who meet someone, if you haven't already met this person, don't marry or don't date someone just because they have money. Because not everything that glitters is gold. Smell the perfume, don't drink it. Pretty is as pretty does. And sometimes pretty can be pretty ugly. You may think that, oh, I met this right one. It can be a male or a female. And they have this great car, this great job, this great house, this great that. And then you marry into it. And then you find out you married a monster. I mean, Tina Turner and Ike Turner had money when they started out, had the big house, nice cars and everything else. But I'm pretty sure that Tina Turner would tell you Ike Turner was not the one to be married to. So don't go into something where it's like, oh, I'm marrying for stability. That's that King of Cups reversed energy. You have to go into a marriage for love. Imagine that. Love. So yeah, I mean, stability is the icing on the cake when it comes to marriage. And don't get me wrong, love does not pay anyone's bills. You, again, in 2022, I still don't see you entertaining any relationships with anyone where they can't give. If you won't entertain a relationship with them if they can't give what you can give, if that makes sense. They don't necessarily have to make the money that you make. However, if you go out to dinner, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. If you're able to pay when you go to Red Lobster, then they need to be able to pay from time to time when you go to Red Lobster. Or if you're able to pay for the hotel room when you go on vacation, they need to have the resources to pay from time to time for a hotel room when you go on vacation. It's those type of things. You're not looking to entertain someone where you're upgrading them and they're not upgrading you. It has to be a mutual thing. Or where you're contributing and they're not, or where they're contributing and you're not. You're expecting balance in 2022. And with the stability that is coming in 2022 for you, the end result is the 10 of Pentacles. This is stability on top of stability, on top of stability, on top of stability. This is how this closes out on the tarot end. Meaning that in the 3D world, you accomplished your goals when it comes to physical stuff. You've accomplished your goals when it comes to stability. As the year wraps up in 2022, you're in a good place. Some of you may be married. Some of you may be single. Regardless, you will be happy because of your abundance. But as I mentioned before, with this leveling up around your birthday season, around summertime of 2022, I just don't see you telling a lot of people. I honestly feel that you will do almost everything in your power. I have to take a sip of this water. Okay. You will do almost everything in your power to keep your abundance secret from people. Hermit energy. Something just said to me that there actually may be a conflict because of the secret, where you're dating someone and you're doing really well for yourself, but they didn't know how well you were doing because you kept it a secret during the dating process, and it eventually comes out because it starts to get serious. And then they're a little bit upset about it that you kept it a secret from them. So don't be surprised if that happens too. As well. Let me go ahead and take some cards from the Kipper deck. I'm going to take 4 cards from the Kipper deck just to see any situations. Also, some of you will be dealing with philanthropy in 2022 as well. Giving back. May I have 4 cards for the sign of Cancer for 2022? May I have 4 cards for the sign of Cancer for 2022? Thank you. May I have 3 more cards, please? May I have 3 more cards, please? And also there's music in the background right now. So just a heads up. Thank you. May I have 2 more cards, please? Thank you. May I have 1 more card, please? Thank you. Wow. You know what? I love it when the Kipper deck pretty much confirms everything I said in the tarot reading. Okay, first card, and mind you, these 4 cards, they could all be related to each other, or they could be totally separate situations from each other. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. First card that came out is Privileged Lady. So this is going back to what I had said before. There's going to be some stability for some of you. Privileged lady. Where some of you may be very privileged. Others of you, there may be someone of privilege that may come into your life and help you. But privileged lady. That will be how some people view you. in 2022 that you're a person of privilege. You're a person of stature. Also, courthouse. Now, justice came out in the tarot reading. Courthouse came out in the Kipper deck reading. So this lets me know something's happening with court in 2022. Somebody's getting married or something's going on with the court. That's a given. So, and I honestly feel like it's going to be marriage, is what I feel. And something just said to me that for some of you, you may become a privileged lady by marriage, where you're marrying into money. 2. For others of you with the courthouse, you could be doing some documents as well. Something just said to me, 2, some of you might have to go to the courthouse for a restraining order. You may have to go to the courthouse for a restraining order in 2022. Because when I set the card down, the way it landed, I picked it up and I set it down. I didn't even realize I set it on the 5 of Swords. And I'm looking at this guy in the 5 of Swords with just this look on his face like he's ready to cut somebody. And then I'm like, wait a second. And then the energy hit me. Some of you might have to go to the courthouse in 2022 because of a restraining order. So keep that in mind too. Where after, remember that 6 of Swords energy during the tarot reading? And as a matter of fact, hold on. I want to check something right quick. Because I'm pretty sure because that is, all right, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, some of you may be dealing with a third party situation. And I know some people are like, KC, where the hell did you get that from? What it was, 2 of Swords plus the 5 of Swords is the 7 of Swords. And then remember, right before the Justice card was the 6 of Swords, leaving a situation. 6 plus the 7 is 3. It goes back to 3. Which 3 of Swords is a third party situation. Some of you may be getting a divorce because of a third party situation. On top of that, once you get the divorce, you may have to get a restraining order from the courthouse to keep that person away from you as well. So that's going on too. So that energy. The third card that came out is community. I had said earlier that you will more than likely be doing some type of philanthropy where you're giving back to the community. Also, some of you may become pillars in your community where you're helping, you're giving back to the community that you're in. Maybe after, again, once you move, 6 of Swords, and you relocate, because 4 of Wands, 6 of Swords, Knight of Pentacles are relocation cards. Some of you may relocate to your ideal place, but you don't forget where you came from. And you decide that you want to go back to the community that you were once in, and you want to give back and help. Maybe you open some type of center to work with the families in that community or to work with the children in that community. And do that, where you become a fixture of the community. And your community looks at you as a privileged lady. They're like, wow, this person came back. Or they look at you as someone of privileged status. Because again, take what resonates, male or female. But they're looking at you as a pillar of the community. Now, what I was talking about earlier with the 5 of Swords, where some people are upset that you're not dealing with them anymore. 5 of Wands, some people are upset that you're not dealing with them anymore. False person. Cancer. One thing about our sign, because don't forget I'm a Cancer too. One thing about our sign Our intuition is nothing to be played with. You know it and I know it. We all know it. Our intuition is nothing to be played with. And we may not say what the deal is, but we usually know what the deal is. You more than likely know there's a false person, because that's the final card. There's a false person in your orbit. Once stability comes in, or once more stability comes in during your birthday season, during the summertime, there may be a false person that attempts to attach themselves to your energy. But like I said before, your block game is going to be strong in 2022. You're not letting people into your energy that are just there to take from you. You don't mind. There's a quote that a friend of mine used to say. Hold on. Oh, I have to take another sip of water. Okay. There's a quote a friend of mine used to say. He's not with us anymore. He passed away a long time ago. And I'm not going to give the exact quote because it has a cuss word in it. But it's the letter B, and you know what starts with the letter B. He said, I'll work with a B. I'm not going to work for a B. Meaning that I'll help someone out, but I'm not going to work to take care of someone. And he would say that all the time. He's like, I'll work with a B, but I'm not going to work for a B. Cancer, that's going to kind of be your vibe. I'll work with a B, but I'm not going to work for a B. It's like, you're going to have to do something on your own. You're going to have to take some steps on your own. I can't be your crutch for a lifetime. You're going to have to take the training wheels off. I'm not going to be your training wheels anymore. You need to figure it out. I don't need to be on your speed dial when something goes wrong. You need to attempt to solve it yourself. And if you can't solve it yourself, call a whole bunch of other people before you call me. And then after it's come down to your last resort, then you can pick up the phone and call me, and I still might say no depending on the situation. But that's the energy that you're going to be in. So this false person that may attempt to attach themselves to your energy to leech from your stability and uplift themselves, your intuition is going to tell you who they are. If your intuition hasn't already told you who they are. So be on the lookout for a false person. Let me take 2 cards from the Divine Doors right quick. May I have 2 cards for Cancer, please? Also, something just said to me, Cancer, don't be the false person. Thank you. A card fell out. Don't be the false person, too, as well. Meaning, don't be fake with people. You can be real. And you, as a matter of fact, for those who listen to my podcast on a regular, you already know this episode. If you are just now coming to this podcast and you're discovering who I am, I do daily thoughts and all types of stuff. Scroll through all the way back. It's an old episode. Look for the episode called Polite versus Fake. The title of the episode is Polite versus Fake. There's a difference between being polite and being fake. Cancer, don't feel like you have to be fake with people. Something just said that. You can be polite and keep it moving. You don't have to be fake as well. But of course, some fake people might try to put themselves in your orbit. They could, this fake person could be born on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th. So keep that in mind too. The 8th, the 17th, or the 26th of the month. Or you could meet them on the 8th, the 17th, or the 26th. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you don't have to be fake. May I have one more Divine Doors card for Cancer, please? Thank you. Okay. First card that came out is the Sacred Lotus. Compassion in action. The chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit's jewel. So you're going to be compassionate in 2022. And again, I'm going back to the pillar of the community. People are going to see your compassion. Also, you're going to have a story to tell. A lot of you are going to have a story to tell about where you once were and where you are in the future. Once you get to that, once you ascend to the next level, you're going to have a story to tell. And people will use your story for inspiration, is what will happen. The second card that came out is the Three-Eyed Raven. As sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. So in 2022, prepare for the unexpected. You will receive some news. Again, going back to the courthouse thing, there may be some type of settlement or something that is going to happen in 2022 that will give you a boost in stability that you didn't even see coming. That leads into your wish fulfillment. But it's saying, prepare for the unexpected. A messenger raven calls out with news. There's some type of unexpected news that will definitely be happening in 2022. And I'm not picking up bad energy. What I did just pick up is that, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For some of you, I just picked this up, and sometimes I'm funny about the things I say out loud, but the crazy thing is that when I say the stuff I say sometimes, people come back to me and they're like, oh yeah, that happened to me. I'm like, oh, for real? So, anyways, this was just said to me. For some of you, when you ascend to another level, on the false person thing, someone will attempt to convince you that they are your long lost relative, that you are related. They're going to try and convince you that you are related to them, that you is maybe something like a cousin around the way, or, fifth cousin once removed, or whatever they say. Some mess like that, where they might have studied your whole family tree. Again, I don't know why that Seven of Swords energy just jumped up at me. Because that's Seven of Swords energy. 2 + 5 is 7. That's deception. Courthouse, someone might have been looking at court documents, looking at stuff through your family, because a lot of things are public record. People don't realize that. A lot of things are public record. Where you've brought in all this stability and then someone discovers it, so then they start studying you and learning things about you and your family tree and all this and all that. And then they come in saying, oh, well, yeah, I'm Aunt Gladys's son's, wife's, nephews, sisters, whatever, da 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 da. And then they're giving you the whole breakdown of your family tree, calling out all your relatives and everything else. Something just said to me, someone is going to pretend to be your long lost relative. So be on the lookout for that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. After you hit this new, I guess you could say, echelon, this new tax bracket of stability. All right, we're going to wrap this up with the Oracle card. May I have a message for Cancer for the Oracle card? May I have a message for Cancer for the Oracle card for 2022? May I have a message, please? Thank you. Wow. Cancer, your card came out. Cancer is ruled by the moon. And what does it say? It says, pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. That is the oracle message, the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Cancer, this brought it back home. This was brought back home to you. The moon. And don't forget, you are the Empress. Male or female, it doesn't matter. Because Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. Empress is the mother of the tarot deck. It's all come full circle to you. You just have to pay attention to your intuition. And you just have to walk forward and be confident in yourself. The universe is already confident in you because the universe is going all in on you. The universe is betting on you. And that is your message, Cancer, for 2022. kirwkc.com, main podcasting platform. This podcast is carried on Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Overcast, Bullhorn, Amazon Music, Audible, and several other podcasting platforms. KIRWKC on all the social media platforms. Until next time, Cancer, be blessed.